From the Detroit Free Press, it's Wednesday, December 4th. Here are today's top stories, presented by Bush's Fresh Food Market. Calling all foodies, Bush's is hiring. Are you passionate about food, looking for growth, development, and excellent wages? Come grow with Bush's and apply online at bushes.com/join-our-team. That's Bush's, BUSCHS.com/join-our-team.
I'm Frank Witzel with the Detroit Free Press. Detroit police officer Rasheed McLean was gunned down in the line of duty last month, and on Tuesday, prosecutors charged a 28-year-old man with his death. Juwan Parks faces 16 criminal counts, including first-degree murder of a police officer. If convicted, he would spend the rest of his life in prison. Authorities said Parks fatally shot McLean in the neck and McLean's partner in the leg. The charges came about 2 weeks after the shooting and a day before funeral visitation for the fallen officer. McLean's funeral is Friday. Court records show Parks was paroled from prison in March and had lived a troubled life. He had several convictions, including assault weapons-related crimes. Police said he may have had a death wish and was likely lying in wait for the officers at the two-story house and hoped to go out in a hail of bullets.
I'm David Jesse, the higher education reporter for the Detroit Free Press. Michigan State University is still holding talks with insurance agencies it says should be kicking in money to help pay a settlement with Larry Nassar survivors. Nassar molested hundreds of female student athletes while he was a doctor at MSU. He is currently in federal prison. MSU filed a lawsuit in 2018 hoping to force the companies to help cover the $500 million it had to pay. The companies haven't paid anything yet. If the two sides can't reach some sort of agreement soon, they'll find themselves in a courtroom in 2020, the school tells me. MSU says it paid the companies premiums over several years to handle any large payouts. If the companies don't pay, MSU would have to pay off the loans it took to make the settlement by itself. That could lead to higher tuition or program cuts.
I'm Susan Tompor, and I'm a columnist with the Detroit Free Press. It's December and time for a warning from the Internal Revenue Service. The IRS is suggesting that shoppers reconsider any strategies for paying off big holiday bills with a huge tax refund in 2020. The IRS is cautioning taxpayers that they do not want to bank on receiving their refund by a set date. And frankly, your income tax refund could be smaller than you'd expect too. Most federal income tax refunds can be issued in less than 21 days after filing the return. The filing season typically starts at the end of January. Yet, some refunds take longer if more information is needed, or if you claim some credits, such as the Earned Income Tax Credit. Another point to consider: many good things, such as a year-end bonus or extra holiday pay, could lead to a smaller refund than you'd expect next year as well. So if you're not sure if you can afford that big TV right now, maybe wait until 2020 when you can snag a Super Bowl deal.
I'm Paul Egan, reporting for the Detroit Free Press. Interested in placing bets on football and basketball games and other sporting events? Bills are moving in the legislature to make sports betting legal in Michigan. But expanding legal gambling to include sports betting has the potential to be a money loser for Michigan. That's according to a House Fiscal Agency report. 7 Michigan Indian tribes paid $53.4 million in casino revenues to the state in 2018. That's more than sports betting is expected to raise. The report said the tribes could halt the payments if they view sports betting as violating their casino agreements. So far, tribes that have spoken publicly are mostly on board with the change.
This is Free Press Sports Editor Chris Thomas. Michigan's college basketball team shared the national stage on a marquee night in the sport on Tuesday. It did not go well. Number 5 Michigan's offense went ice cold in a 58-43 loss to number 1 Louisville, just hours before number 8 Duke enacted a heavy dose of revenge against number 12 Michigan State. The Spartans were manhandled at home on the same night they retired Draymond Green's jersey. It was some 7 months after they stunned the Blue Devils in the Elite Eight of the NCAA tournament. For Michigan, It was loss number 1 this season and loss number 1 for Juwan Howard. A quick reality check after the Wolverines went from unranked to number 5 in the polls after winning in the Bahamas last week. As one Louisville player said Tuesday night, "We heard they wanted some smoke." Smoke, he said, as in, bring it on. The Cardinals did far more than that. For MSU, well, Tom Izzo's team is 5-3. The Spartans need shooting help. They also need more muscle defending against big men inside, like Duke freshman star Vernon Carey. There's no reason to panic, though. And here's why. Michigan is one of the early darlings of this college basketball season, with an ability to match up against almost anybody. And Michigan State, well, they don't call Izzo Mr. March for nothing. Which reminds us, it's only December.
To get more from the Detroit Free Press, download our mobile app on your phone, tablet, or any other mobile device. You can find the latest news, sports, photos, weather, traffic, and more. You can even sign up for notifications to get alerts on news and game updates sent right to your mobile phone or tablet. See you tomorrow.